My name is Gary Scott. I'm the Director of Facilities and District Safety for the Essex Westford School District. One of our big wins over the last couple of years has been improving lighting in all of our buildings, going from fluorescent lighting to LED lighting. That's an ongoing project, which we've funded ourselves and also been able to do through grant funds. So we are able to have dimming lights in multiple spaces throughout the district. Fleming is 124 years old. We put a new roof on that building this summer that required some structural engineering in the inside, and had to work through some historical society parts of that. But there's a new asphalt roof up there that looks really great and should hold up for the next 15 to 30 years, hopefully. Essex Middle School has been having new roof put on by sections throughout the in different parts of the building in the last couple of years, and we'll continue to work on that. It's come to a time where we have to think about how we can move forward with today's education and what is best suited for our students in this environment. One of our major needs going into this budget year and future budgets is how we invest in our facilities. Invested heavily in our schools back in the 50s and 60s. The infrastructure of those buildings is rapidly deteriorating and causing the sort of problems for us to be able to keep up with the maintenance of all those facilities. The materials and infrastructure that was used is outdated. There's products, synthetic materials that now we have to consider and think about for PCB testing, asbestos abatement. So anytime we have a remodel in a building, it's compounded by those factors. We have heating issues in all of our buildings, which has resulted in no heat at Essex High School for 3 days because of the infrastructure designed in the 60s. We have roof leakages at almost all of our buildings that's resulting in drips into buildings and ceiling tiles and mildew and mold. We have air quality issues in buildings throughout the district. But we see numerous challenges when it comes to water with lead testing and taps that we have. And people remember the science classrooms that you had in the 80s and 70s. Those are still there, and they're still being used in the infrastructure of the piping in there. We can't allow people to drink out of those taps. We have to shut that down. So we do lead water testing very frequently. And then we also have challenges related to ADA issues when it comes to our bathrooms and the design from the 50s and 60s and 70s of our buildings that just don't meet the needs of today and the law. That also relates to our playgrounds. So we really want to have community access to these playgrounds, but they're not available to everyone because we don't have ADA compliance. So those are some of our challenges. The Center for Technology is another area that throughout the district we got to take a look at how we can improve it and make it better and meet the standards of today's environment, where we're trying to produce students that can have skills in trades that once they leave school and apply them immediately to the job market. We have worked with outside consultation and groups to do full facility assessments, which have come back to us and shown that we need almost $300 million to basically keep everything as is and not make any major improvements in our facilities. So as a community, we have to start thinking about what does the future look like. Do we want to spend $300 million on buildings to keep them the same, or do we start to move forward to something that's going to meet today's needs?